Architectural learning or architectural teaching is a very difficult task in today's times. We all know about it. Of course, since many years or since time immemorial, learning to be an architect has always been very complex. But in the modern times, when to be an architect, you don't have to necessarily learn the basic skill sets. You don't have to do things on your own, is making it more complex, which we all understand, those in the field of architectural education. But especially in the present day context, during my travel across many of the architectural schools, I observed there are few things which maybe we could address, and maybe we could come out with a much better solution to this whole paradigm. For example, first one was the context. Because of overexposure to the world architecture through social media or through other content, many of the students or the teachers, they are losing context, and that is reflecting in the kind of architecture that we are coming out with. There will be issues of climate, there will be issues of the culture and such other issues when we are dealing with the context apart from the site itself. Second is also the issue of commitment. When I say commitment, it's kind of cut-paste mentality which has become ingrained in us. We all do the forwarding business. We forward any message without even thinking it could be copyrighted. We download things without thinking it is somebody else's work that we are downloading and using it for our purpose. All these over the years have become ingrained in our minds so much that neither the students nor the teachers sometimes don't even think about it. So commitment to the cause, or we talk high philosophy, we want to come out with a very philosophical design, but when design is actually manifested in reality, either in presentation or in real work, that philosophy remains one part and the actual work remains another. So that commitment is a very huge paradigm, especially the cultural aspects. Today, when we look at social media, it as if looks like the whole world is having a common culture. People wear similar clothes, people talk similar language. So there is somewhere a student of architecture or a teacher of architecture fails to recognize the cultural nuances, and those little small contextual and cultural nuances basically make architecture unique. Somewhere we are missing out on that. That is something which I strongly believe should be resurrected and made more and more relevant. Ultimately, we know that a happy mind is always a creative mind. And a happy mind is possible only when it's a very contented mind. Creative mind, when not happy, tends to be absolutely chaotic. And in chaos, sometimes a beautiful design might come out. That's what some of us claim. But usually, it's only a very happy and contented mind that produces great piece of design. So when we look at it as a sum total, there is a need to be contented with where we are, what we are doing and where we are going. And this, when it is assimilated between a student and a teacher, and if once they know each other well, and they want to go into a particular direction, then the entire the main core concept of learning architecture as a collaborative nature, learning architecture as if you are building a nation, that architecture is something, a sum total of all that a particular society is capable of, and architecture as the mother of all art and technology that we claim. All this is possible. And now, under the new National Education Policy 2020, the entire onus of teaching is on the faculty, that is a mentor. The faculty has to turn into a mentor. A teacher doesn't remain just a teacher of a chalkboard nature. He or she becomes a mentor for a group of students. And students too need to take teachers not as just people who will come and talk to them, but as the overall, it's a relationship, a mentor and mentee relationship. Architecture has got the maximum power to take advantage of this new national education policy created by the central government and show that this policy is a change towards the right direction. So it is that contented soul that produces great design. A creative mind which is contented is what is ultimately needed to produce peaceful architecture across cities and countries, so that the users understand the deep-rooted values of that particular society, and we produce the kind of architecture that our future generation can be proud of. So all these thoughts actually I try to collate into 5 C's, and that is how this lecture series was designed. That is the 5 C's in architecture. And I'm so happy to share this series in a workshop format with various colleges across the state.